gin joints in all the world. He had to be in mine. Great. Last thing I need to do is see Tony fawning all over Kate. And look, his needy neophyte Morgan is here as well. Lovely. Bartender, top shelf gin martini.
Two olives. Coming right up. Hello, Anna. What a pleasant surprise.
Is it?
Well, of course it is. So you're here on business or pleasure?
It's funny, Tony. I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, Anna. As much as I'd like to just sit back and enjoy my evening, I'm afraid I'm here on business.
Oh, there's nothing more boring than breaking bread with some stuffy executive.
Well, thank God that's not the case with me. I'm meeting here with Kate Roberts to go over the hearth and home marketing plan.
Well. Then your evening might not turn out so bad after all. In fact, you might get lucky.
Huh?
Well, Kate is a very beautiful woman.
Well, what has that got to do with us conducting business here?
You tell me. I hear she used to be in the business of pleasure. And maybe, just maybe, if you play your cards right, you two could end your evening in bed.
John, I know you like living the life of this 4.0 John with the toys and all the money. But you do have a wife and a family.
And that is the point of this project. You see, if I can connect with you, who knows? I may be able to work my way up to find more than just a passing interest with our children. And then you will like the new me just as much as you liked the old me.
I know I do. Excuse me for interrupting. I just wanted to say hi.
Hello. Please sit.
Thank you.
Are you with Tony?
No. Do you know, I don't know if you've heard, but Tony and I aren't really together anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Can I help in any way?
Well, I would ask you to shrink his head and find out what is wrong with him, but, oh, don't bother. He's as thick as they come. Fortunately, some men are more perceptive about women. Like you, John. I bet you know exactly what a woman like me wants.
Anna, you certainly are an interesting woman.
Well, thank you. I like to think so.
I didn't necessarily mean that as a compliment.
Pardon?
Did it ever occur to you that coming on to me in front of Marlena in the middle of our date is a little inappropriate?
Coming on to you? Please, I was just being myself.
A flirt.
Well, I meant no disrespect.
Of course not. You just wanted to make Tony jealous, right?
No.
John, that's
May
enough.
not remember who I was, but your wily ways will not work on me now.
Well, if you'll excuse me.
Tony, before you rush after her, may I have a word?
Why, certainly, John.
I'm going to check on Anna. Excuse me?
Whatever you say to her, don't let her off the hook.
You know, I must apologize for Anna's behavior. And you're right, she was just trying to make me jealous.
I know. But if I were you, I wouldn't ignore her too much longer.
Ignore her? That's not what I'm doing.
Well, perhaps not. But that's not the way she sees it.
Anna's a very complicated woman.
And very attractive. And if my circumstances were different, if I wasn't married, I just might.
What? What, go after her? You serious?
Absolutely. I mean, who would stop me?
I would.
If you've come over here to call me out on my behavior, there's no need. I know I was acting like a fool. Please forgive me.
I think you were flirting in order to get Tony. And Anna, you don't have to do that.
Is that your professional opinion, Marlena? Because while you're at it, maybe you can explain to me why the man I love doesn't treat me like a human being.
Oh, stop that. He adores you.
No, I know he loves me, but he doesn't respect me. And what is love without respect, huh? Meaningless. Zip. No, I really envy you, Marlena. You're a very lucky woman.
How is that?
You have John.
He's not the man I fell in love with. You and Tony, you have a foundation. John and I don't have that.
Well, is that really so terrible? I mean, John may have had his memories erased, but it's pretty clear the man is crazy about you, and that is huge.
I'm not sure I see it that way.
Well, then apparently you're even more blind than Tony is.
Let me assure you, Tony, that when it comes to Anna, you have nothing to worry about. Despite her flirting, she only has eyes for you.
Right, well then, I should go check on her.
And before you do, I need a favor.
All is?
The advertising business that you bought has an in-house PR department, right?
Yes, it does.
I have an associate by the name of Paul Hollinsworth who needs some help. It seems that he's been accused of some unfortunate wrongdoing. I would like you to spin it.
Hollingsworth? Yes. I'm quite familiar with that name.
That's because that's my father, Mr. DeMera.
Oh, come on, Marlena. You can't tell me that you don't see it or feel it. The new John is completely enamored with you.
Maybe I'm just being cautious. Maybe I'm waiting for the old John to resurface.
Well, that's fine. Just don't let the new one get away. It doesn't take a shrink to see that this new John has developed new feelings for you.
Oh. I find this all so confusing.
I understand. Just make sure you figure out what it is you do want before it's too late and some other silly woman comes along and tries to take your husband away again.
Well, thank you for helping my father, Mr. DeMera. I really appreciate it.
Don't mention it, Morgan. You know, once agency works its magic, the media will have forgotten all about those tawdry headlines.
I'll see you at the office.
Okay. Bye. A nice kid, really.
I bet.
Oh, I want to thank you for the delightful dinner theatre this evening. Your performance with John was sublime.
Don't be an idiot, Tony.
Oh, I'm trying not to be. Listen, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm flattered. Don't play those foolish games with John to try to woo me. You already have me. You just gotta let me in.
Why? So I can take a number and get in line behind all the rest of the women in Salem? You have a nice evening with Kate.